His immense blessings upon our life. Quite a lot of things to chew on this morning, and I'm sure that you've also been following the never-ending debacle between the minority leader Osahin Alexander Kwamna Afenyomarkin and, of course, the CEO of the Gold Board, Sami Jimfi. Quite a lot of accusations here and there, and we'll be talking about all of that for you as well, especially because there have been new developments and tags that are running around. The minority leader surprisingly says he's not going to take legal action because, listen, Jesus was falsely accused. He did not pay attention to the propaganda. He did not pay attention to the naysayers. And so why should Afenyomarkin, who is also a follower of Christ, decide to do otherwise? And so he says he's not going to be distracted. He's not going to be deterred whatsoever. He knows that this is some distraction tactics that the NDC and people who are basically propagating this message, trying to distract them from the real issues, but he would not lose focus of the real issue, which has to do with the debt incurred. 1.7 billion US dollars debt incurred. He doesn't care whatever is being said about him. What matters is, did we incur loss? Who or which entity is responsible for that loss? And what is the way forward? Because Ghana cannot continue to lose such huge sums. In fact, half or more than half of what we went to the IMF for. So clearly, it's something that is worth looking into. And so we'll be talking about that, talking about other things as well. And it's a very beautiful one, like I said. Welcome to the show. Remember, we are live on Facebook, live on X, and also live on YouTube. So you can carry us along when you're ready to leave home. I am Joshua Kodjo Mensah. This is GHOne Today. We'll take a breather. When we return, we'll bring you the breakfast review segment. Been the Lord, what would we have done? Praise music with that one. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful one there. Well, this is still J Today on GH1 television. Let's begin the conversations with the breakfast review. And yes, this morning we are going to be talking about quite a number of issues because, yes, so much has come to stay. And over the weekend as well, I saw quite a number of flyers announcing bids, especially for the New Patriotic Party, their national elections. Or yes, so some officers putting themselves up for election after the regional elections held, I think, about a week or two ago. And yes, yesterday as well, we saw Dr. Okoboy lead the Greater Accra regional team, as well as the minority leader Sahin Alexander Penyomakin going for a Thanksgiving service. My guest this morning, Dr. Dixon Adomakunkisi, he is the former Member of Parliament for Anyaso Utum, and we are also expecting Cletus Dapla, who is a Member of Parliament for Jirapa, to join us. But Doc is here. Doc, good morning.
Morning.
I hope you're doing well, sir.
Long weekend, but we're here.
Right. Yesterday I saw that your Greater Accra chairman led a delegation of the new executives for a Thanksgiving service. Were you there?
I didn't make it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had some other pressing issues. But it was nice. It signals a fresh beginning for Greater Accra. And then I have faith in Dr. Okoboy to lead the charge, to help us as it is. More importantly, carry Greater Accra again. We've done it before with 22 seats. So it's quite possible that we can revive and put in line some very key things to make it happen again.
Right, but after the regional executive elections, now we're looking at national executives.
Correct.
Quite a number of people announcing that today we'll be hearing from them, amongst others. As a true and true party person, how crucial are these elections? And in terms of the kind of leaders that the MPP needs to be able to win power in 2028, as is the hope of the party?
Well, to begin with, let me say that I was never a supporter of the top-down approach. Granted, that is what we're going through now. Yeah. Something like a top-down up, approach. We've been through all. What is left, as you rightly said, is the national elections, which will be held in October of this year. I think that one key thing is quite very pronouncing. In turmoil, you need different leaders. In government, you may need a different set of leaders. And I think that it has gotten to that point where the party certainly needs some caliber of people to, one, improve our credibility as a party, and then two, to be able to return to what MPP true colors were, which is the ability to entertain people of varying opinion. When it becomes so one-sided and retribution is handed out to people who, as it is, opposed one candidate or an idea, then it's not good. So I think that my prayer is that we get, that kind of general executives who will be open-minded and welcoming of varying opinion, which has been one of our downsides as a party, where it is winner takes all, and there's no room for alternative ideas. That makes the party bereft of ideas, because then everybody then decides to be mute, and we will crash in that way. So my prayer, I've seen the likes of Afoko, who's of a different stock. I've seen the likes of Ejako, a different stock. John Bodu, different stock. So as it is, we'll see. May the best man win, as they say. And then in the secretaryship to the Sly, who's my colleague, former member of parliament. There's also Justin Kodjo, who's the current incumbent, and then there's GHOne, who's also a former member of parliament. So we'll see how it goes. I'm
Dr.
sure
China also wants to be general secretary.
Yeah, yes, that's right. I've been very mute on these campaigns because of some good reasons. I think as a campaigner, sometimes you just choose a few campaigns that you hit on. If not, you tend to move from one campaign to the other. So I've been quite reserved this time. Yeah.
There are people I spoke to who mentioned that, listen, the current elections that we're seeing within the New Patriotic Party is devoid of any competition. Like, you don't see any real competition in the elections, and they blame it on the top-bottom approach, that once you elected a flag bearer, it took away the excitement and the competition that hitherto would have really followed the elections. Do you agree?
To some extent, there is a reduced competition in the sense that some people who may have contested because of their candidate, may now recuse themselves because of maybe how they also carried themselves during the main election. So they'll decide to stay back. But either way, it's still quite a contest. There's no election that is little or small. And I must say, kudos to the likes of GHOne, Eastern Regional Chairman. He was of a different orientation, supported Brian Champong, but has proven himself that he's willing and able to support the vision of Dr. Bawumia and has presented himself in that manner. There's also Coca in Ashanti region who has also won. And it also shows some level of inclusiveness. And I think I would commend Dr. Bawumia for that. I mean, in the sense that he's played a father figure and allowed a fair ground for everybody and anybody willing to contest. So, I would reiterate his key message, which is that should we allow for unity and a very firm focus on our purpose, which is to regain power, we can do something marvelous in 2028. So I mean, I think that seeing Greater Accra, a young man, in the person of Dr. Okoboy taking the charge, and his ability to be able to visit many more places to show up our numbers, seeing also, like I said, an experienced, seasoned chairman, GHOne, and Coca. And then most of the other regions too. Yeah. I mean, I think, to be fair to them, they've carried themselves well. So we're very hopeful. But in all of this, I think that for the MPP, we need to really look at Greater Accra, where a majority of voters live now in this country, by virtue of it being the capital city. And I also think that Greater Accra really influences many regions because of the number of people from many regions within this region, where they then transmit all the chaos in Accra into their region. So if I'm from Tamale and I'm in Accra, the nuances of politics in Accra influences what I tell the people in Tamale, and likewise many other places, Wa Central, blah, blah, blah. So I really think that we need to do our politicking in Greater Accra very carefully. It sets the tone for the country. And that is what I'm hoping that Dr. Bawumia and Okoboy can prosecute for the Greater Accra region, so that we'll have a very fantastic result. I am hopeful, and I always say this, that if you win the seats, then you get the presidency. Yeah. And this played out with Agyekum Kufuor, when we were leaving power. NDC had the seats, Ghanaians decided to give it to John Atta Mills, because they felt that it makes governing better.
Yeah.
So if you're a party in opposition looking to come back into government, your preoccupation with getting seats should be second to none. And in as much as you work hard to get more seats, the cherry on the cake or the icing on the cake becomes the presidency. It's unsurmountable to have few seats and win presidency. It's just not going to happen. So I think that many of us have to gel in our local constituencies to ensure that there's peacefulness, tranquility, and not division.
Yeah.
And I don't like division at all.
Absolutely.
We can have varying opinion, but it shouldn't mean that we should be fighting neck and neck. So I'm hopeful that the general, census within the party is one that brings everybody on board.
And talking about that, how crucial will the role of, for instance, those who contested against Dr. Baumia, how crucial will be their role in ensuring that the party is able to galvanize its base properly ahead of 2028?
I mean, I think I remember, when, Brian lost, he did it so gracefully and said that it's a sport and we need to go and cheer up the one who has won. And I think that he's shown over time, he's been mute, quiet, supportive, and would continue to do so. And his operations has been muted to allow for one captain. And the same with, Kennedy. I think so far, Kennedy Akumpereko, despite a few gaffes, let me put it that way, has been largely very quiet and composed. Knowing what we know of Honorable Kennedy, I think he's been quite very well composed.
Right.
And some of the rumors, I think I would hold nothing to it until I hear something else. And I'd also say that the media has a role to play in creating more division within the MPP or bringing us together. So I'll use this opportunity. Should you hear of something, double check, do some editorial work. These days with the AI thing, people can unearth old videos and make it appear like this is something that just happened yesterday.
Right.
So I think that the media fraternity also can help improve the MPP's cohesion, or do what you do best. You can put fire in very seemingly not firing situations.
Right.
Right. And so we'll pray that the Fourth Estate or the media houses be a bit generous to us as a party, so that you don't incite us or put petrol in very simmering fires.
Well, okay. We've also been joined by the Member of Parliament for Jirapa, Cletus Seidu Dapila. Cletus, welcome.
Yes. Thank you.
Nice to have you this morning.
Thank you too for inviting me to your show.
Yes.
Let me apologize profusely for coming in a bit late. Encountered some traffic along the way, so sorry to your viewers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to have you. I hope your weekend was good, though.
Yeah, very good. Weekend was nice. Ghana is working again, so weekends are usually good for everybody now.
Right.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well,
if you have a country where you have stability of the economy, the CD, all the macro indicators pointing to a positive direction, you at least, it's fine. We've been able to stabilize the economy. My brother knows that. He knows that very well. So we are on course.
He's aware of that.
We're on course.
Right.
Yeah, we're on course. And generally, there's hope Yeah, and because we are achieving results sector by sector, turning all the negatives into positives. And the resource is, unfolding into the every sector, of the Ghanaian society.
Right.
So I so far so good.
But your brother says he doesn't feel any of that, for which reason the NPP is putting in place, it's putting its house in order to come and then topple your government in 2028.
Yeah, that's what they should be doing. That is the work of an opposition party. You are not in government, you don't have anything doing, so you have to be working, thinking of forming the next government. We have dreamt, we were in that, territory before. We dreamt of winning 2020 elections. 2020 elections, it didn't come through. Yeah, then it's normal. Every opposition will have to be thinking of forming the next government. But the question many people ask is, what are they coming to do? That's the question other Ghanaians are asking the NPP. Just looking at President Mahama 1.5 years to almost 2 years in office, it's been spectacular. So people have been asking them, what do they want? What are they coming to do? If we even say, okay, we're handing over power to you, well, what are they coming to do? Well, we just saw them. We saw what they did yesterday and what is happening today. Is it that just the 1.5 years that they've learned their lessons? You know where inflation was, isn't it? You know how, the forex market was. It's very terrible. GDP, our debts were even 100 out of the international bond market. We couldn't go there to borrow. Now we have been able to servicing of our debts. Much of our revenue was going into debt servicing apart from salaries. Today, we have turned the corner. So it's positive. They know. When they meet alone, they will talk the positives. But when they are on shows like this, they have to let Ghanaians know that they also have something to offer if they unlikely event get the opportunity. But I don't think they will for now. My brother knows that very well. That the winning power in 2028 is something that will not happen by the grace of God. We are not God, but in life anything can happen. But looking at the current handlers of the economy, the president, how positive the president is. Look at the road sector. Look at what we are doing. Yesterday I was in Mamobi, Nima. Go and see asphalt. They are doing fantastic work. That's a 10-kilometer asphalt per each constituency. That is what is happening. And it's going to, Jirapa will benefit. So what do we want again?
Right.
So a lot. Look, if you one thing about this government is, look, the road sector, go to every region, you see contractors working. That is what we need. This will boost economic activities. This will facilitate movement of goods and services, farms, produce, and all of that. So it's not a joke. And the investment in that area, I don't know which president or which government have invested so much in the road sector than what President Mahama currently is doing, as far as the road sector is concerned. And almost all the sectors, we are going to improve secondary education. We have secured some $300 million to improve infrastructure in secondary education. We want to, sort of upgrade some category B schools to A and some C to B in that manner, so that at least we'll create access so that many of our children who wants to go to these schools will have access. We have few A schools and few B schools. And many children or many parents are always looking for opportunities in this category, A schools and B schools for their wards.
Yeah.
But the infrastructure is not there.
Okay.
President Mahama and his Minister of Education have secured some $300 million to inject in secondary education. So they are going to build dormitories, dining halls, classroom blocks, and all of that in some selected schools, so that they will, pop them up.
Right.
Okay. So we are on course.
Fantastic. But one thing that has also generated a lot of conversation is the whole gold board, Bank of Ghana, $1.7 billion debt, and how it's unfolded. I remember sitting on this same show and mentioned that, well, I don't like how personal it has become. I believe we should focus on the issues. But it looks like day in, day out, it takes different turns. I don't know what you make of how the whole issue has transpired.
Well, we are in democracy, and we are in an era of accountability. And I have always said that, Lawyer Sami Gyamfi is one person who, before being the chief executive of Ghana Gold Board, or prior to NDC coming into office, held press conferences and critique, government appointees to be accountable to the people. So, having gotten the opportunity to be chief executive for Ghana Gold Board, nobody should think that that man is joking in that office. He is very diligent when it comes to his work. And Sami knows there will always be a day for accountability. So for you to, sort of want to talk about Gold Board and knowing the kind of person Sami Gyamfi is, you ought to always come clear and clean. When I say come clear and clean, you have to talk to facts, present facts. If you have evidence of to the fact that he's done something untoward, you need to present it so that everybody will see. You understand? But when you come with information that can be disputed, you should know that he is somebody who is good at decency. So once the facts are not clearly what is circulating, he will come clean and he will come clear to, dismantle you and to put the facts to bear for everybody to see. So for me, my brother, Gold Board we did the law in April.
Yeah.
It started operation somewhere June. You understand? Prior to that, it was PMMC, isn't it? PMMC did the same thing. They did the same gold purchase stuff. They incur losses.
Yeah.
2022, 2023, 2024, even half of 2025 that Gold Board came, some of the losses, operational losses, were incurred by PMMC. The truth of the matter is that why is it that previously, when we want to talk of the losses, then we say BOG. We won't attribute it to PMMC is just like Gold Board. You understand? It's the same, institution that is being transformed into Gold Board. You understand?
Yeah.
They were, as part of the same gold purchase agreement, they incur some losses, and because they do it with Bank of Ghana. So previously, the narrative was that Bank of Ghana incur losses.
Yeah.
So how come today that we want to attribute some operational losses to Gold Board, even when the Auditor General report has not, pointed so? So I think that we should sanitize this debate. We should sanitize this debate, speak to the facts. Let's don't personalize it.
Yeah.
The facts is that Bank of Ghana itself was worried about operational losses. And the governor himself appeared before Public Accounts Committee and stated that, look, going forward, Bank of Ghana will not take responsibility for operational losses of this gold purchase agreement. You understand?
Yeah.
So it is therefore not correct for our opponents to say that the gold board incurs some losses when there is an auditor general report. And gold board is not Same's private business. Before the auditor general goes to audit, they know what and what. They know the mandate of that agency. So they demand for every information. So there's no way Gold Board could hide information from the Auditor General. You understand? So let's speak to the report. Let's speak to the Auditor General report. That is the constitutional body that is mandated to investigate these things and present a report to us. And they have come out to say that Gold Board has made some good profit. Gold Board, my brother, significantly is not really to be making profit. We are looking at the economic value. It is to ensure that our economy is stabilized. We have reserves that at any point in time, because our economy is, foreign driven. Import driven. We import a lot. So at any point in time, we need forests.
Yes.
So it is to the economic value of Gold Board is what we should look at, to me, and stop the debate of losses. Because the truth of the matter is that if you buy gold at certain prices, there are other costs that will be associated with, in buying gold. At least there's transport costs, there will be security, there is, melting, smelting, all sort of costs are related or associated to it. So who bears those costs? And if those costs even arise, such costs arises, it is not because of somebody's negligence. It must happen. So we have to probably look at how the operational costs in purchasing the gold. We should look at who bears it and whether we should have a budget for it. That's the discussions that we should be having. But under the current, Gold Board arrangement, or even the former PNMC arrangement, there's no way the operational losses will not happen. But previously, when it happened, then it was attributed to Bank of Ghana. Today, when it happened, then we want to say it is Sami Gyamfi's Gold Board that incurred losses when the Auditor General report has not spoken to that. So that is my tip on this matter. Let's know, everybody should know that Sami is a meticulous person, and if you look at the way he operates, he is very, very prudent when it comes to his work. And because he knows that there will always be a day of reckoning or accountability.
Right. So that's clear to say to Seydou Dakla. He is the Member of Parliament for Jirapa. I'm sure Doc can also wait to have his bite on this matter. But we'll take a breather. When we come back, we'll be hearing from Dr. Dixon Adumakonkesi. Show here on GH1. It was launched a week ago and it's amazing. If you have young ones at home, this is the show that you cannot afford to let them miss. I keep telling people that there are certain life skills that every human being must have. One is cooking. 2, driving. 3, swimming. You need to make sure that you learn these. And so Cooking Like Mom Show is a culinary show that is first of its kind, and it's on GH1 television, celebrating family, culture, and young talent. So join us for splendid meals prepared by young, talented kids with their mothers. It's so exciting to see that happen on TV. So every Sunday at 7 p.m. on GH1 television, Cooking Like Mom is live and is proudly sponsored by Sultana, Unga, MTN Flora, Arrow Salt, and Bigo. Cooking Like Mom, taste of home. And yes, we are preparing to go back to school. So as parents, you are interested in getting your wards the cool stuff so that when they go to school, they will not stress. And as young people as well, you are also very interested in making sure that you don't go back to campus like you left last semester. So kindly look forward to this exciting news that is coming to you from CompuGhana. CompuGhana says that their back to school season is here, and it's here to help students get fully prepared for the new academic year. And so listen, is your laptop ready? No. We are talking about your power bank? No. When the deadline hits, is your printer also ready? No. This is why you should head to CompuGhana today. So shop laptops, tablets, smartphones, printers, routers, headphones, power banks, small fridges, and more with exciting discounts of up to a whopping 40%, starting from now all the way to the 20th of September 2026. So parents, get the wards ready. Students, it's time for you to level up. CompuGhana back to school season, new school, new level. You can walk boldly into any CompuGhana showroom or visit CompuGhana.com to level up. You can also call 0302 752 020 or send a WhatsApp message to 0243 143 143. Charlie, you for level up. CompuGhana, passion for technology. Well, my guests are still here. Before we went on the break, we heard from the Member of Parliament for Jirapa. It's time to hear from the former Member of Parliament for Anyansotum, Dr. Dixon Adumakukisi. Doc, Gold Board, Sami Jemfi, Alexander Kwamna Afenyumakin.
Well, to begin with, I think that the concept of helping Ghana with forex exchange, with strengthening of the CD, is not a bad concept. You know, I welcome it. Anything that improves your central bank, or shall I say, Bank of Ghana, we welcome it. In the extent that, you know, the argument sometimes is that when you save up too much gold, it's not good for your country. Those arguments are neither here nor there. I also think that there should be more education to the general public, largely in line with the benefits of Ghana, you know, retaining more gold to strengthen our CD. There should be that, you know, more forums, more education, more transparency, and even more so, more accountability. Because these are minerals that are in our earth, bequeathed to us by God for placing us here in Ghana. Now, also as part of that, I also firmly believe that from a corporate social responsibility, an entity like Gold Board, because of external factors, need to be very mindful of clean water in this country. And we want clean, affordable water without, you know, minerals that would be cancer causing. And also, I think the turbidity issues related to Gold Board, you know, some would say that I'm always laying the gold industry issues on Gold Board. But who else should I lay it on? As it stands out, Gold Board is the retainer or the recipient of gold that is untraceable. And I think in all of this, one of the very worrying things is the fact that Gold Board is receiving gold from all kinds of places, and they cannot trace it. And as a matter of fact, when they code the profits, they should also code the turbidity and the damage to to our environment. Any profit that Gold Board pronounces, I cringe because it just tells me that more damage to our environment has happened, whether you like it or not. Many of our water installations are struggling. That of Koforidua, that of Takrade, and even in Greater Accra, the Wager plant needs retooling and new equipment so that we can all be drinking quality, safe, clean water. And for that matter, our agro businesses are also struggling to the extent that one of our major cash crop, cocoa, is even struggling. If you go to Western North, because of the mining activities, cocoa farms have been, literally disseminated and transferred into mining places, and the waters are so bad. So I think that in all of this, though we're talking about the financial losses, I'm looking even more so at the environmental cost. This $1.7 billion,
yes,
we may be looking at triple that in terms of the cost on the environment. And that, for me, is even more grave. That should be what even a lot of people within the conservative and environment sector should be talking about. Not to hold CSIR responsible for anything, but, that and then EPA, they are mute, I think, because of government. But I really think that they need to come out very strong and as it is, not necessarily be antagonistic to Gold Board, but make demands that in as much as you are quoting huge profits, what are you doing with regards to the damages from your activities? Now, if the losses sit on Bank of Ghana books or they sit on Gold Board books, that is the question now. Who is to account for these financial transactions? And then who is to explain in total where the money went? And who is also to explain to Ghanaians the true benefit of these supposed losses? I admit that some of the things have been lost in translation. Okay? And I say this with the greatest of respect to the governor. Ghanaians need to know in simple terms. Gold was bought at a certain price, and there was a gap between the price we bought the gold from Ghanaians and then the price with which we sold to the foreign world. And then the fact that we bought maybe in cedis and we sold in dollars, and the forex cost us some money.
Yes.
I think people are entitled to know this.
Has it not been explained enough?
Listen, as we sit here, forgive me, even COVID-related financial matters, people are still interested. Okay, and this is 3-4 years ago. So if Ghanaians want further particulars about these things, I don't think we should take offense. And I also think that, by virtue of interrogating an issue, and I think that Osahene, if I may say, the minority leader, is not making demands for further particulars for his consumption. No. He's making these demands for clarity for the Ghanaian people. And he's making these demands in line with being more transparent as a government. And I think that these were some of the campaign promises of the NDC as we speak, that they'll be more transparent, they'll be more clear to us as Ghanaians, and more importantly, be ready to account to the people. So for an individual to make these demands, mind you, in Parliament, during the Hula Baloo, a leader may not have time for one specific item. So this session that closed, during the break, he had maybe arranged that, listen, this matter, I'll deal with it during the break. And my vacation will be very focused on the elucidation or more clarity, more transparency with regards to this 1.7 billion, loss. And I think that instead of focusing on these things, unfortunately, it has veered off into personality attacks, and that I do not support.
Right.
And I think that, Sammy James should hold his guns, Afenyo too will hold his, and let's go back to the main issue of clarifying to the Ghanaian people that, hey, the 1.7 million or billion may not have been, as it is, monies necessarily, quote unquote, wasted, but monies used to show up our currency. And this is be open about it. That's what Ghanaians are demanding. And the minority leader is saying that be open about it. Tell Ghanaians in simple terms. It led to, Gold Board buying media time, and as it is, I think, saying much about nothing. So I'll support Osahene for his, demands on government to be open to the Ghanaian people and to be more accountable to us and be transparent. And I think it is unfortunate that, the Sammy James fees, let me say that, because I say this not necessarily that Sammy James himself, but people who have copied his style of, making accusations about people's character, fueling this noise, instead of being open and telling Ghanaians more about Gold Board, they're rather doing a personal attack, and I don't support that. And this also will make the work of government a bit difficult. It shouldn't be that an ombudsman, people who, like our whistleblowers, who's protecting the whistleblower? A person in his stature as the minority leader making demands on government to be more transparent. We should be supporting him.
Right, and that's how it began, asking questions. But then over the weekend, I listened to Sammy James. He says that, listen, there are a lot of things that we are not privy to, for which reason, if Afenyo has any issues, he can go ahead and sue him. If he thinks that indeed he has slandered him, he should go ahead and sue him. And there are so many other issues that have come up. And some say, for instance, that is becoming a dent on not just the individual, but of course, the fact that he is a parliamentarian and leads the caucus, it brings the name of parliament into disrepute. For which reason, Afenyo has mentioned, like I started earlier, that, well, he's not going to take any legal action. But then people are saying, no, these accusations against him need to be probed because of the position he holds as a minority leader and a member of parliament. Cletus.
Well, let me state categorically. Of Gold Board. Everything about Gold Board is always on their website, and he's not hiding anything. And he has stated clearly that even if they summon him today to Parliament, he's prepared to come and account before the August House. So I don't see how...
In fact, he has told the majority leader to prepare something so that he can come.
He can come to Parliament and account to the August House, to the people of Ghana, how his operations, when he started operations, what has transpired so far till date, the gains, the challenges, and all of that. He said he's prepared any day. So it's not difficult to invite him to the August House. You understand? So, Doc, for accountability, I can tell you that Sammy James is always prepared to account for his stewardship any day, any time. And I have come to admire him so much that he takes his work seriously. He speaks about issues of gold as if he's been in that industry for years. Just within, just a year or so, they started when, June, so a year plus. But when he's talking about gold, trade and all of that, you would think he's been in that industry for decades. And I admire him for that, and that's who he is. He always wants to be on top of his game, and that is Sammy Gyamfi for you. So he's not hiding anything. Everything he approaches it with transparency.
Right.
Because, like I told you, he knows. Look, Sammy knows what he did in opposition in terms of critiquing MPP people. But you see, in criticizing or in critiquing, you don't personalize it. You don't personalize it. Look, the minority leader could talk about Gold Board without personalizing it the way it went, you understand, and the vice versa. But the man, Sammy Gyamfi, will always ensure that, because he knows that there will always be tomorrow, and there will always be a day where he will be called to account. And he knows that MPP, any day they lose power, is one area they will be looking at. And he will not play loose. He will not do anything untoward, where by tomorrow, when he is called to come and account. And I advise all appointees to be very critical and meticulous in terms of their mandate or what they are supposed to do in their offices. Don't be reckless any day. Be very, deliberate in doing the job that you've been asked to do. Don't ever in any day be reckless with anything. Because where our democracy is now, look, every penny will always be accounted for by any state, agency head or whatever role that you've been given to. The other thing I want to add is that, you see, we have sectorial mandate and responsibility. Gold Board is not responsible for the environment because Gold Board is not actually responsible for extraction of gold. Gold Board is responsible for purchasing of gold. We have the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. We have the Environment, what is that?
The EPA.
EPA, we have Mineral Commission and all of that. They are actually in charge of, that's their mandate. But even that, I have seen Gold Board under the leadership of Sammy Gyamfi supported, the ministry to fight illegal mining.
Yeah, they made some donations to NIMOS as well.
They supported NIMOS as well to fight illegal mining. That is just to talk about what my brother raised about the kind of distraction that, the purchase of gold will have on our environment. I just want you to know that even Gold Board is, as part of their social corporate responsibility, is supporting other agencies that have the mandate to fight illegal mining. So this goes to tell you that they are not in support of illegal mining. So they want to stop illegal mining because it destroys our environment and like the turbidity issue that he's talking about. So that is for transparency.
Right.
I can assure you that Sammy will never run away for accountability any day. Sammy will never do anything clandestine that can bring his image into disrepute. A lot of people hold him in high esteem, and the president has so much confidence in him as a young man. And the future, if you look at, his age now and where he's going, Sammy will not want to just use Gold Board to, kill his dream. I know he has ambitions. We all have ambitions, and I know he will not want to end it there.
Right.
So if you check, if in fact he's one of the appointees that has opened his doors wide for everybody. He's one appointee that has opened. Many are doing it, but I can tell you he's one. If you want to count 1, 2, 3, you can count him. He's one such appointee that has opened his doors for everybody, whether NDC, MPP. When you go to the office, you see the kind of load that the young man is carrying. You applaud him.
Right.
You admire his tenacity, his ability, and the humility he has to engage the number of people, those who come officially, those who come on personal grounds, and all of that. You admire the young man. He's carrying so much.
It's not about allegations leveled against the minority leader, for which reason people say it should be probed. We should not leave this like
I don't want to talk about that. That is his personal decision as minority leader. If you slap me and I decide not to slap you, it's fine. It's
No,
my
but people
choice.
say based on the position he holds
Well,
as an MP
that
as
is
well,
what I'm saying.
if this is not probed,
yes,
it leaves a lot of things in the minds of people.
so that is what I'm saying. So it goes to settle the matter. Maybe he started something that he wants to stop at a point. So he doesn't want to proceed. So let's allow him. It's his right to say, I'm leaving it. I'm not going to go to court. I'm not going to do anything like that. So we let's leave him. You already even said here that you want this matter to be sanitized. Maybe Afenyo at a point realized that, no, where I'm going, probably I'm going to the gutters, let me end it there. So it's fine. That is his choice. If he wants to go to court, he can go to court. They ask him the question. He says that, no, I don't want to go to court. So let's don't begrudge him for that. It's his choice.
Yeah,
it's his leadership style.
It's indeed his choice. But people are saying if extortion claims are being brought against a sitting minority leader, that's something that should actually be looked into. And that's what I'm asking.
I don't dispute that. But all I also want to say is that, look, he started it. He started something and answers are being provided. I'm sure he's not satisfied with the answers being provided by the Honorable Sami Gyamfi. But many thinking Ghanaians, everybody is watching the two of them, the debate that is ongoing. So they know who is telling the truth, who is speaking to facts, who is speaking to evidence.
Right.
Well, Sami is talking to facts. Sami is talking about Auditor General report. Sami is not the Auditor General. Sami doesn't audit himself. You understand?
Yeah.
Or he doesn't audit Gold Board. Gold Board, there's audited report about Gold Board. And it all points to nothing untoward being done. So it is not for somebody to say that Gold Board has incurred a loss of this according to IMF report. When you read the IMF report, it doesn't also speak to the fact that this is what has happened. But like I said, Gold Board, prior to the formation of Gold Board, we have PMMC. PMMC since 2022, since they started this gold purchase agreement, they have been incurring losses. And those losses, nobody has said that PMMC incurred losses. They said Bank of Ghana. So how come today, even if there are losses, you want to attribute it to Gold Board?
Okay. Well, Doc.
Yes.
The allegations against Osahin, people are calling for a probe, that it should be looked into. It should not be left just like that.
I think we use strong words without looking at the impact. Extortion is a big word. Yeah. And to label a minority leader as an extortionist, somebody who's making demand for information as an extortionist, I think it's very unfortunate. I will stand with him any day to defend his very character and more importantly, the position he holds. I think that we ought to respect the position of a minority leader, very important and significant position for government. And I would hope that, this whole smearing gets stopped. And I know how these things work out. Even in my own small experience in politics, sometimes when you go poking, people will come at you and smear you so that the thing you are trying to find, which is literally making demands for more accountability and more transparency, you rather become a character assassinated person. But he should fight on. And I will support any day, anybody pushing government to be more transparent and more accountable to the people. The NDC used to make noise about probity and accountability. And as it is, this dish is being served to them. And we are saying that, tell Ghanaian people in truthfulness, you are shoring up the city. We like it. Strengthening the city. Who doesn't? Everybody likes it. But at what cost? And that is all that we're asking. And at what cost also to the environment? And Cletus, I like his submissions, fantastic. However, Gold Board is a repository of all the gold in this country. And for that matter, any wahala related to the gold industry, they have to shoulder it too. Because the key beneficiary, quote unquote, of all the gold activities in this country is Gold Board.
Right.
Based on how the system has been set up. That Gold Board purchases all the gold made in this country, though it should be from vendors who are collecting gold from, quote unquote, proper mines, with proper license, with proper techniques. But here we are. Last week, I heard that the small-scale miners, plus, when we say small-scale miners in this country, plus the galamseyers, literally, are now bringing more gold than the big gold industry players. And for me, these are worrying times, which means that the nefarious activities are more. And Gold Board has admitted that they cannot trace all the gold they get. But when we go out,
yes,
we see the activities that are illegal.
Well, they say they will be deploying some mechanisms by end of year. We should have a proper traceability of the gold that is brought in.
We are here. And I'll throw my challenge to Sami Jamefi that if he can improve on traceability, me and Mahugisi, I'll be happy and I'll be more quiet. But until traceability is achieved, where even if 70% of the gold he gets, he can account to Ghanaians that, hey, it's from that mine and it's legit, I'll clap my hands for him.
Right.
70%.
Right.
Traceability. But as we speak, what I see is many activities on our water bodies, river banks, and these are destroying the water you and I drink.
Right.
And for that matter, Gold Board should be as worried. After all, he's the one putting huge profits at our expense. People get cancer from the mercury and other minerals that are being used to mine. And who's paying for the cancer bill in this country? So Ministry of Health needs to wake up. EPA, again, needs to make demands where it has to. And traceability should be very important for EPA as well. Because if they cannot trace it, then how do you account for the environmental damages? Who's going to be paying for that?
Right.
When the oil spills in the sea, they go after the oil company, ExxonMobil and all these people. They go after them with huge fines because to correct the ills of mining or drilling oil, these are the things you do for companies that are involved in the activity to do it right.
Okay. Well, let's talk quickly about Saglemi. Last week, President Mahama was there. And Kodjo Ponkuma says, well, the fact that the president has noted that during Easter next year, about 700 of the units would be live and up for occupancy. It's a vindication of your administration, the Nana Akufo-Addo administration, and the work that you did with Saglemi.
Well, Saglemi, along with many projects, makes me cry. In the sense that governance should be a continuum. And I really think that as a country, we need to be particularly mindful about the cost to the nation when projects are not continued in a timely fashion. NPP carried out some e-blocks in this country. There was argument about it. But the truth is that the evidence is there. Some e-blocks were done under the NPP administration through, the educational ministry. More importantly, what's the name of the other agency that helps with building of school infrastructure? GHOne. Okay. And there's evidence that GHOne did some e-blocks. I remember somewhere in Aflao, there was a hula baloo about an e-block school. Eventually, it was commissioned and put to use. Now, I say this largely in line with Segleme and how, as it is, whether we like it or not, the current administration reprioritized it more so, to push and revamp it so that, as the president is saying, by Easter next year, it will be housing people. There's a problem with the political parties, and I must admit that, as it stands now, Agenda 111 is on the shelf, and, what happened to Seglebe may happen to, or is happening to the Agenda 111s, largely because new government comes, they reprioritize, what it is that they want. And by virtue of the fact that they don't want somebody to say that, oh, we finished this, who did this, who started it. I mean, we need to go beyond that if we truly want development. Now, Segleme had quite a number of issues. What was killing for me was when people were stealing air conditioners and, many things that government had already, installed, including wires, doors. I mean, terrible. And these things, like I said, are also happening to the Agenda 111. So in line with all of this, my biggest thing is that all of us as Ghanaians need to be mindful of this. Any investment one party does needs to be cherished and taken very good care of by another administration, and not as it is left to the forest. And in line with that, I think that all administrations, as much as possible, need to take on projects that they can complete within their tenure. If you take on too much and can't complete it during your tenure, be very mindful, be very careful, because in as much as government is a continuum, sometimes different government reprioritize.
Yeah.
We did the N1, the George Bush Highway under Kufuor, and then, fortunately, Atta Mills came to complete that. And I must say that was one of the remarkable things when Asumdie Hine, made it clear to Ghanaians that, listen, Kufuor should be here because we all are party to this. As we speak, the Tema highway that is being worked on, it is both at MPP and NDC collaboration. I always tell people that when we signed the agreement for the Amasaman Road to, through Pokwase to the eastern region, all MPs were part of it. It wasn't just the Amasaman MP. I mean, truly. And that road will not work for just Amasaman. It works for the entire country. This Cape Coast Winneba Road that is being worked on, it's not just to the benefit of the Cape Coast people. Our children go to school at Disadel. Our children go to school to, Wegehe. We all will benefit. So I really think that we as Ghanaians need to be mindful that one government may start, another government may continue. But in all of this, during the reprioritization based on manifestos, we all need to be mindful that, listen, some critical developmental things still need attention.
Okay.
Why go build a new hospital when there are Agenda 111s? Why go start a new housing project when Segleme is there? These are the questions we need to be asking ourselves as Ghanaians. Right. So clearly, I also still would support Upon Nkrumah in the sense that, the MPP administration did not necessarily leave the Segleme to rot. I remember that, towards the end, I remember, movements and actions were in place, and we were hopeful that we would have had it running.
Right.
But as you know, government with limited resources and different priorities, it was not fueled as much as we would have rather had it.
Right.
And there's a sort of a lesson or a reminder to the NDC during your tenure, try as much as possible to limit projects that may run into another administration.
Right.
Or we, as all politicians, need to work hard to continue very important projects, regardless of who started this.
Very well.
I think it's petty, where we say, oh, this person started it, we won't give them credit. It's petty when we say that, oh, we have come to complete and we started it when we didn't start it. These are petty. We need to, rise above these kinds of politics.
Pleasures.
Yes. Let me, starting from where he landed, I have stated in many fora that we need to let the National Development Planning Commission lead the developmental agenda of Ghana.
I agree.
It is not for nothing that it's a creation of the Constitution. I think somewhere in Article 86 or so. I may be wrong or right. Until we allow a body like that to champion the developmental agenda of this country, we will always come to have this conversation that we are having around this platform. Political party manifestos cannot develop this country the way we want it. It cannot. I've seen some knee-jerk activities that are in political parties' manifestos. You cannot develop a country like Ghana in such a manner. So for us to really get things right, for us to let's let the institution that is mandated by the Constitution to lead the way. Until we do that, we will never get it right. That is one point that I want to make as far as, my brother's submission is concerned.
Right.
We cannot, look, why? A political party get up because you want power and because you know what the youth want. Then you just announce something that you know is not sustainable, yet it's in your manifesto. So you come in and use our mega resources, knowing very well that it's not a sustainable venture, yet you want to put in resources there because you made a promise to the youth about it. When you know that it's not sustainable, you understand? So let's let our institutions work. You see, in Ghana, we have strong men, not strong institutions. So until the institutions are able to function with that, whether a strong man or a weak man, we will not get it right. We won't get it right at all. Institutions must work with or without somebody. Do you get it?
I get it.
So once institutions works, there will be always continuity. But you see, this segmenting that we are discussing, there was a minister of Works and Housing, I think Honorable Atachia, even in his own government, but he complained of the fact that he wasn't getting resources to work. That's his government. It shouldn't be like that. It should not be Atachia. You are supposed to resource an institution, not Atachia. Yes. You understand? But we personalize it. My brother, even if you go to offices in this country, see how public servants behave as if the offices are their private ones. So sometimes I'm like, hey, when can we ever get it right? Do you understand? Look, we have public service. If you take a public office to run, you should know that it's for the service of you are in for the service of the people. Don't personalize it. There are people, they carry away the offices. So when that scheduled officer is not there, they will tell you nothing can be done. That is not how institutions work.
Right.
That's not how institutions work. Somebody should be able to play that role. But in Ghana, he's gone on leave until he comes. And I'm like, wow, are we serious? You understand? So the person goes home with the office. The chief executive travel with the office. The minister travel with the office. That is not governance. That is not governance. That's not democracy. So if we don't, let people understand that, look, public service is different from probably your private business. Yes, your private business, you can do whatever you want to do. But once you are in public service, sometimes the annoying thing is you go to the office, they tell you that, do you have appointment with the chief executive? And I'm like, no, that's your role. That's your role. Take my details, go and tell your boss. A, B, C, D, somebody is here. Let him tell you to come and tell me that I should go away. You understand? I'm saying these things because it happens in both parties. You understand? And sometimes I say, look, let's learn. Look, let's learn from these things. Let's learn. Your officers, your PAs, your aides, they are to help you manage the public.
Exactly.
You understand? The populace who will be coming to you. So if you are a PA, then you sit there and somebody comes, you say that, call my boss. Then what is your work? What is your role there? You are being paid. That's your job. I'm not the one to come and you say I should call your boss before you allow me in. No. That is ridiculous. Look, those appointees who have told their PAs to be doing that, they ought to be very careful. It's not right at all. Your government is paying the PA, the secretary. So why will the secretary tell me that I should call the boss before he allows me to go? Is that my work? That's his work. He should go and inform his boss, A, B, C, D is here to see him. So his boss can send a message that, no, tell him or go and program him to come next week. Program him to come tomorrow. Or tell him he can see me at 3 o'clock, he can see me at this time. That is how we work. That's public service. That's public service, my brother. But this idea of, do you have an appointment with him? Then you say, call him. How? Let's don't do that. Public service is public service. If we want institutions to work, let's stop, personalizing public offices. And once you've taken a public office, you are in to serve the people. If you think that there's so much pressure, leave. There are other people who want to come and serve. Pressure, look, until you die, the day you die, that's when pressure stops. Once you are alive as a man working for the state or working even for yourself, there will always be pressure.
Yeah.
You understand? We know, at least as an appointee or a public servant, yes, you can take leave. But when you take leave, don't go home with the office. Let the office still work. Yeah. You don't go and they say, oh, he's on leave when he comes back. And I'm like, no, this is ridiculous. This should not happen at all. It's an indictment to the institution or to Ghana, where we have got how many years today, then we still have officers operating like this, and everybody is watching.
Right.
That is not right.
And that's why
that's not right. So Segleme, fantastic. President Mahama has given his word, and I know that what he said would surely happen. There is a new minister who has just taken over. Kudos to Kenaje, the former minister for Works, and he did fantastic job. Yeah. It's all this work, he did it, and I know the current minister, Ahmed Ibrahim, a very dynamic man, will continue where Kenaje, ended, and to let it happen as the president has promised. The other thing I'll add is that they should actually make it affordable. It should actually be affordable. It should be affordable. Affordability is the word. Yeah. Affordability is the word. They should not come out with some prices that people will even be afraid to go around the facility. And I know President Mahama will actually, they will look at the cost implications.
Exactly, because there are those who fear that this would end up in the hands of people who already can afford or have properties based on how and actually the beneficiaries should actually be the people who actually need it. Yes. Not allow one person to go and buy 20 because so that he can resell and all of that. We need to guard against things like that. It should actually be to the downtrodden people who can. It's affordable housing. So once affordable housing is for the average, the low class people to buy, not the rich class like my brother, Dr. No, they should not go there. If Dr.
brings an offer to buy any of them, they shouldn't give him. Well, he is living in a mansion, and that's where he belongs.
That's your assumption.
You should see his eyes pop like, hey, mansion.
He should not go near such facilities. He shouldn't go near such facilities.
But we are told that there's going to be an online thing, so you apply online, and then the processes will kick in, and then you can get to buy. I have received word that it's actually below market price.
Yeah.
Yes, but as to how that can still be affordable.
Well, they will come out with the prices.
Exactly.
We will interrogate the prices and we'll see whether it's actually affordable. But that should also have to put into consideration the quality of the houses, the kind of facilities that are in there, and all of that. That one should also be considered.
As for the facilities, I mean, I had one of my colleague journalists who was there with the president, came back and said, listen, if possible, we should all try and get some of these housing units because it's properly made. So that's Saglemi.
Very beautiful houses.
Yeah.
And
the serenity.
Average Ghanaian worker, if you have this, why not? Why will you complain about not living comfortable?
And they are working on the motorway expansion as well. So commuting to Saglemi and back should not be much of a challenge when all of that is done. And maybe hopefully we'll get rail working well too. It should be something that people can afford. It's a whole city being built at Saglemi, and it's good that President Mahama says that during Easter next year, God willing, we should see about 700 of these housing units being commissioned for people to occupy, and it's great news for us. But then, away from the Saglemi conversation as well, Cletus, because you mentioned it in your earlier submission, that in terms of debt servicing, the finance minister says now we are using less than 20% of our revenue to service debts. That's some great news, right?
Yeah, very good news. And I know he's worked so hard with his team to achieve this. The finance minister, we inherited an economy that was junk economy. All the, rating agencies, Moody's, Fitch, all, didn't give us anything good.
S&P.
You understand? That's such, that was the kind of economy that we inherited. So he needed to turn things around. You understand? You see, if there's a mess and you come and continue with the mess, then you are heading towards a collapse. You understand? So they are two forcing, leadership by way of a finance minister, did everything possible, first, to tighten all loopholes so that he can generate revenue. And also to spend on areas that are necessary.
Okay.
We all do that. Even if you are managing your small family, you understand, you don't collect your salary and just throw it around everywhere. No, you look at your priorities. What do we need as a country? So he spent on those areas. Yes, we owe so much. We are not able to pay. Even we can't borrow. We've been booted out of the international market, bond market. So if you are in such a situation as let's assume you are even an individual with your small family, and you've borrowed to your neck such that nobody, you are no more credit worthy. Nobody want to even borrow you a cedi. You understand? Then you are in a mess. It means that if you are in for something, if you are in any critical situation and you want to even borrow a cedi, you won't get. Your neighbors, nobody wants to give you a dime because you borrowed from everybody you cannot pay. That was the situation of Ghana. That's where we found ourselves under the previous administration. So he came and tightened, improved revenue, plug all the revenue loopholes, service the debt, spend on relevant areas, cut down frivolous expenditure. Waste. That is what the Art-Forcing leadership has done.
Let me give the final word
and
to Doc on this one.
Stabilize the economy today. With the aid of Gold Board, the governor of Bank of Ghana. Kudos to all of you.
You've spoken. Let me
kudos to
take
all
a few
of you
bites.
for
briefly
doing the job
like
for us.
before said, the economy is in our pocket. As far as I'm concerned, this is debt, but there's also compensation. If you combine the two, it's quite huge. Government pays mostly a lot of salaries. And when you're done, there's nothing left. So I would have hoped that Honorable Atufo would have, been brazen enough to tell us that debt and compensation X amount.
Yeah.
I'm almost sure it's about 80% debt and compensation. And that is not good. That is not sustainable.
Right.
And mind you, we have also, as it is, stopped very critical things for this economy. And that is why it appear that your indebtedness is reduced.
Right.
There are very critical things that this country needs. And there's what we call good debt. And I am always in support of good debt. When you are investing in things that would give you return as a country. What we're doing is we might be stifling investment into very good projects, which will create jobs for the youth.
Right.
When you show us 20% and youth are struggling without jobs, it's not good.
Okay.
Give the nurses clearance, give the doctors clearance, let them go to work. Give all the other governmental agencies that are needing clearance, and then come out and tell me what you're doing for compensation.
Right.
And then, more importantly, the good debts that you have on your books.
Okay.
Not all debts are bad.
Dr. Dixon Adobako-Kisi, former Member of Parliament for Anyausotum, and he's here with Cletus Seidu Dapila, who is the Member of Parliament for Jirapa. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. God willing, next week we get to have more time to talk about the issues as well. Well, so that's it for the breakfast review. We'll take a breather. When we come back, we promised you a conversation with the EPA, the Environmental Protection Authority. Doc has been talking about them a lot on the show. They are coming on the show, and I'm sure they'll be answering some of Doc's questions as well. We'll be right back. Well, thank you so much for staying on with us. This is Jay today here on GHOne Television. And I'm sure most of you recall that President Mahama, among other things, mentioned that hopefully from next year, there's going to be a ban on this, styrofoam products and all of that because of its impact on our environment. And most of you have also had questions surrounding why the ban. If the ban gets into force, what happens? And so the EPA has been very busy, and they've been crisscrossing the entire country trying to educate people, engage with the manufacturers, engage with distributors, engage with people whose businesses are hinged on this product. Because listen, we're talking about the national good, and so whatever we need to sacrifice to ensure that nationally we are keeping lives, we are living well, and things are going on better for us, would have to do that. Look at the flooding situation that happened on the 29th of June. I don't want to remind people of how devastating it was, but I was on the ground. EIB Network, we went to visit these affected areas. And listen, it's terrible what people had to go through. And partly also why we saw that was because of our plastic products that have choked all our drainages. In fact, you look at some of the water bodies now, for those who are fishing, they go fishing and they come back with plastic. They go fishing and come back with waste instead of the fishes. And so it's an existential threat to us. And it's very important that we get to have the conversation ahead of the ban in 2027. EPA has been doing some great work. And today we've been joined in studios by personnel from the EPA as well. And so quickly, let's unpack the policy. And I've been joined in studio this morning by the man Hope Smith Lomote. He's the Director of Human Settlement at the Environmental Protection Authority, the EPA. Hope, Mr. Lomote, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
I hope you're doing well.
By God's grace, we are doing. How are you too?
I'm well. Nice to have you this morning.
God.
And it's quite clear on the shirt you're wearing.
And my cap.
Polystyrene foam products, none. We are saying no. It's a ban on this product. But now, to help us really understand what this ban is, there are people who are not too certain about which products fall under the products that we are banning from January next year. Talk to me about these products.
Yeah, before I even tell you the scope of the ban, somebody will be hearing or listening to us today as the first time.
Yeah.
Why the ban? So let me quickly recap, then we can move to the scope.
Absolutely.
Yeah, polystyrene products has been with us for some years now as one of the packaging materials and insulators and other uses that we have been using for convenience.
Yeah.
It is good. The prices are affordable, but it has been causing some harm. So researches has gone on for about decades, and we have come to a point to see that it is now doing more harm than the good intended for. For example, when you get in contact with acidic food or acid in general, it releases the styrene inside the product into the food. And these are carcinogens, cancer-causing agents. And when you also come in contact with hot items and also oily items, and these are the things we put inside.
Exactly.
We put hot food inside, we put oily food inside, and we put acidic food inside. Some people do this fruit salad, the apples, the oranges, they cut them, they are acidic. They release the shito, the oily, the soups, they are all oily. Most of the time, they are hot in nature, the watches and co that we pour onto this. And they release these toxins into the food. It leaches into the food. We don't see them with our naked eyes, and we consume them. And the fact of the matter is, this thing that we consume can be in you for more than 500 years.
It would outlive me.
Yes, which is telling you, you can understand what it's trying to tell you. It will be inside you, you will die, it is still there. Because even when it's disposed, or it's even light, so wind blow it easily, and it can find itself at anywhere, into the drains. And when you get to the drains, its final destination, when it rains, is the sea or the water bodies.
Yeah.
It clogs some of the drains, precipitating or increasing the magnitude of the flood that we experienced. And when it gets also into the water bodies, the aquatic animals, the fishes and co, they consume it. And because it does not digest, it does not degrade completely, it will still be in the system of that fish.
Yeah.
And we say, let's eat more fish. Let's eat more fish. Then we consume some of this. And it is still in our system till God knows. It has even been found in placenta of some women. So a lot of investigations has been conducted, and we have reached a point, and we say, no, enough is enough. Therefore, we need to shift to better, environmentally friendly alternatives. That is why we are here.
Fantastic.
So, based on this, I can now go to the scope.
The scope, yes.
Yeah, but before I go to the scope, these are some of the alternatives. If you look at this, it also looks like a takeaway. It's a takeaway pack.
It is, actually.
If you don't look at it critically, you would think it's a styrofoam. You would think it's from polystyrene product. No, but this is from what? Paper, and this is from sugarcane chaff. A waste of sugarcane after removing the juice from sugarcane.
Right.
The chaff can be used for some of these things.
Okay.
So this is
What we are used to.
This is what we are used to. And I have a hydrocarbon here. So I'm going to just pour a simple, you see it's clear.
Very clear.
I don't want it to be like I'm doing some magic. It's clear.
Yeah.
You can see it's clear. This hydrocarbon, I'm pouring a little into it. So you can hold it for me.
Okay.
Be very careful.
Yeah. Because
So-
what I see already.
Very good. It's okay. So you can see what is happening. So this is what will happen
It's
to your food.
basically eating away
It's
the
lit-
styrofoam.
and it's leaching it into the food. So after some time, you can see what is happening.
Oh.
So this is a styrofoam. I will go back to the same hydrocarbon. I didn't change it.
Exactly. Same
I'm
content.
pouring it on this. Let me pour so that you see I didn't pour.
This one
plenty.
you've even poured too much.
So look at that one too.
Okay.
And see what we are talking about. This is the shift. This is the alternative. So with this, you can see nothing has leached into your food
It's still actually hard.
compared to this one.
That is completely eaten away.
So this one will leach into your food, but that one you are safer.
Right.
So that is the need for the shift. And we
Let me have this. Let me
You can
have this
What is
because
happening?
now this used to be in fact
It was
the,
a full
the
thing.
other half, and as we speak, the other half is completely gone.
It's still
And in
going.
fact, it's even getting sticky.
Yeah. So that leach into your food, and
Wow.
you consume it, and it doesn't digest. So it will still be in you
Wow.
for when God knows.
This is still hard, by the way.
It will continue to be so.
Wow.
And this is even biodegradable, but cannot leach into the food.
The food.
So therefore, we say enough is enough. So when you are eating your food, you are safe. When it gets into the environment after disposing it off, it can degrade by itself. So that is why we want to move to that shift. And there are a lot of alternatives. The leaves are there. The glass bowls are there. The metal bowls are there. The plastic hard bowl, the reusable bowls, they are all there. So all these are there for us to use so that we don't experience some of this risk that we are exposed to. So the scope of the ban,
Yes.
it includes the styrofoam pack, or what we popularly call
The takeaway
pack. It includes this. It includes packaging material. You know, some people, those breakable materials like phones, laptops, fridges, they use some cork to protect it
Exactly.
in the box,
Yes.
so that doesn't get damaged.
Yes.
Those materials are all banned. The wrappers, some use it to wrap on some items. They are all banned. Some use it to do insulation. You go to some studios, they use it to insulate sound and
For
other
soundproofing.
soundproofing. They are all banned. Some use it to do sealing. They are all banned. Some use it to carry cold items. You can use it to carry cold items like a food chain.
Exactly.
So you can see some of these vaccinators, some of them carry them in these cork containers. They are all banned. Some use it to do mattresses, the bedding, what we sleep on. So these are the scope. So all these are banned. Somebody will ask, hey, it's for medical use.
Yeah.
It's for research. It's for this. We are aware. And we are not here to hinder research. We are not here to hinder the cold chain of medical professionals. No. If you want to use it for those critical and needy purposes,
Medical purposes, research purposes, yes.
There is a window.
Okay.
You need to write officially to the authority the quantity, the purpose of the use.
Okay.
Approval will be given to you to import only that quantity and for only that use, which means that we'll be monitoring it. You'll be giving us a report so that nobody will hide under that umbrella
and be
of medical and be
for
for
other
that.
purposes.
No.
Right.
So that is available.
Right. Now, I'll talk about alternatives. By the way, the thing is still eating away.
Yeah, it's
gone.
This is where we have reached.
It's gone. Like Agbena. It's still eating. Now, you've provided, for instance, an alternative for the takeaway pack, this beautiful one that is biodegradable as well, very, very healthy, and does not leach into our food. But then the conversation is more economic for people. Like you mentioned, these things are very cheap, the packs. So even when you are buying food, the most you pay is 1 cedi.
Yes.
And you get that and then get a plastic spoon with some tissue and then a rubber band, all for just a cedi. And the argument is that, well, what alternatives are there? These alternatives are expensive. How do we balance the economic conversation plus the health aspect as well?
I like that. Plus the health. So it is cheap, but it's expensive. It is cheap. 1 cedi to buy a cancer that will be treating for $1 million. Is it not cheap? Is it cheap?
If you put it that way.
No, is it cheap? You use 1 cedi to buy a cancer of $1 million, and you are still in pain. Your time is being consumed, the inconveniences, all those things. Which one? Is it not cheap? No, is it not cheap? Is it not cheap?
No, it's expensive.
It's very expensive.
Yes.
So your health is very, very important to you. That is cheap. It is not cheap. It's very expensive. To me, it is very, very expensive. To EPA, it's expensive that you think it's cheap. It is not cheap. The alternatives that are there, the paper, the leaves, and all those, that we think is expensive. Let's say instead of the 1 cedi, it will be like 2 or 3 cedis.
Yes.
Let's even say 3 cedis. So it's like times 3. 1, we are telling you that you are now you safeguarded your health, which is something you have gained. By the time we don't see it, that is 1. Number 2, it is a bit expensive today because the demand is very low. People are not patronizing it. It is people are still interested in the very cheap one. That is why the price is a bit higher. After the 1st of January 2027, when we have the total shift, the demand for the alternatives will be very high. So a lot of people will now come and be supplying. So what will happen? The price will drop drastically. And it will even be cheaper than the styrofoam we are talking of today.
Right.
That's where we are heading to. People have started importing, producing, storing, distributing. So people are using it. You go to hotels, restaurants today, they are using the paper, the alternative.
Yeah.
Even they are using it. In the market women are selling all. They are selling the styrofoam, which is cheap today, expensive tomorrow for your health. They are selling the paper and all the other alternatives. So when you go, you have the liberty today. But from the 1st of January 2027, you'll be limited to only the alternatives, which means that from 1st of January 2027, no one can import this product. No one can manufacture this product in Ghana. No one can distribute them in Ghana. No one can use in Ghana. You cannot sell it in Ghana. So we are cautioning the general public that some people may be fast, knowing that by 1st January, there's going to be a shift, total ban. They will say, they will go to some villages that, instead of 1 cedi, buy 1 and get 3 free.
Yeah.
And you, innocent person, will think, now take-away pack is so cheap. Let me buy and store. So that next year I can make some good business. You may be disappointed. So please, nobody should bring his problem to you. And we have engaged the importers. And
that's why I want to come to the importers and the manufacturers, those who have also brought in machinery to produce these styrofoam packs. What was the conversation you've had with them?
We have started this engagement way back. When we look at the National Plastic Management Policy of 2020, this document was launched in 2020.
Right.
Which means that a lot of work was done before the 2020 where we finally launched it. And there are a lot of roadmaps. And this is one of the roadmaps.
Okay.
This single-use plastics, styrofoam is one of the roadmaps. And 2025, June 5th, the President of Ghana, His Excellency President GHOne Mahama, declared during the World Environment Day that we are banning styrofoam products. So even this year, we continue the education. The Chief Executive of EPA, Professor Amar Brown, also made the declaration. And we have been doing a lot of engagement since last year with the importers, because you cannot import any product like this and clear in Ghana at the port. You can't clear it. So before you clear, it comes into a system that EPA has to give an approval. So we have engaged the importers, and we told them. And before engaging them, we have studied their import cycle. When you import today, how long will it take you to import again?
Right.
And we have seen that the maximum in Ghana is between 3 to 4 months. That is the maximum we have seen. People do mentally 2 months, 3 months, but 4 months, nobody exceeds that. Manufacturing cycle too has been studied. The supply, all this has been studied. So we started this engagement way back last year. This year we increased it, and this meant we are still increasing it. All that we are saying is, if you know that your import cycle is 3 months or is 4 months, make sure that the next goods that you are expecting should not exceed 4 months. That's all. So that you can clear all before the 4 months will reach for us to have the total ban in 1st January 2027. So we have engaged the importers, the distributors, the hoteliers, and the good news is some of them even said we should have banned this way back. We should have done yesterday.
Yeah.
Long time.
Oh, okay.
So,
but you're talking about importers. How about our borders? Because people can smuggle these products easily.
We'll get there. The importers are also happy.
Right.
The customs, all these people have been engaged. We are very mindful of those illegal borders. That is why we are saying that from 1st of January, you cannot use. You can bring by whatever means you are be able to succeed, but you cannot use it. You can bring, but you cannot manufacture it. Before you manufacture this, you need a permit from EPA. So you cannot just hide some corner and when we arrest you, you can understand. When we see you with this product in the market, it will be seized. And you can know the consequences that goes after the seizure.
Absolutely.
So all that we are saying that let everybody comply. But the good news is all that we have done so far, especially the Makola campaign, the Oxford Street campaign, Independence Square campaign, they were all so successful. The people embrace it, and they wish we started the ban even yesterday. Right. So people are aware.
Right.
Today you can go onto the streets and do your little survey and see. Ask somebody, what do you think about the ban on styrofoam? The person may even lecture you. So that is the good news.
Fantastic. And so 2027, 1st January, the total ban comes into effect.
Total ban.
So 3 years from there, let's say 2030, what picture do you see us heading to in terms of our economic gains and the benefits that will be deriving from such a policy?
Yeah. So we said these things have been causing certain things. So therefore, when they are out, it will reduce. So the flood that we talk of, the flood will come, but the impact will be reduced.
Minimized.
The cancer may be there, but the one that are attributed to this will reduce. Those people who they find it in their placenta, they will reduce or they will not be there again. So those are some of the benefits that we'll be getting. We'll be doing assessment along the chain.
Right.
After the ban, we are not just going to sit down. We'll continue to do the assessment and see. And as I told you, there is a roadmap. When you look at the National Plastic Management Policy, it's a whole document.
Absolutely.
There are roadmaps there.
Right.
This is only one component of the
the whole
single-use plastics.
Right.
There are other ones,
Right.
the problematic ones, and they are all there.
Okay.
So after this, we need to move to the next level. So the roadmap is there that will be following as such.
Very well. Mr. Lomete, thank you so much for coming. But I know tomorrow, is it tomorrow and Wednesday, you are in Kumasi?
We are in Kumasi.
With sensitization again.
We were so successful in Accra.
Absolutely.
So we are heading towards Greater Kumasi, Kumasi and its environment, KJTR.
Right.
And we are not stopping there. We'll be going to Secondary Takrady. We
Absolutely.
are not stopping there. We'll be landing at Tamale.
Right.
We are not stopping there. We are hitting a flower border.
Okay.
That's the good news.
Absolutely.
So, and not only the head office doing this,
Right.
as we are doing this, our regional officers, our area officers and district are doing the same thing.
Absolutely.
And some of our other stakeholders, the media, some of the medias that are doing fantastic.
Absolutely.
The media is doing this part.
Yes.
So we are praying
Right.
that come 1st of January 2027, we'll have a very smooth ban and we'll all be excited.
Very
about it.
well. Mr. Hope Lomote, thank you so much for
Thank you,
coming.
too.
And the good news is that we all need to support this worthy cause because at the end of the day, we get to be the beneficiaries when we totally phase out these plastics, styrofoam, and all of those things. Let's go for the alternatives. In fact, watch it taste better in the leaves than in the takeaway bag. Well, we'll take a breather. But before we do that, if you've ever had any insurance claim delayed, denied, or handled in a way that you felt was not done properly, well, there's an avenue for you because you don't have to suffer in silence. The Ghana Insurance Association's Complaints Management and Advice Bureau, CMAB, is here to help. Now, if you've lodged a complaint with your insurance company and the issue has yet to be resolved to your satisfaction, what you need to do is that you have the right to escalate the matter to CMAB for an independent review. You can call them on 0302 251 091 or 055-255-9698. Alternatively, you can call the toll-free number 0800 442 000. Remember, all their services are absolutely free. So when it comes to insurance claim complaints, you have a right to fair resolution. And at CMAP, we say every complaint matters. And this message is brought to you by the Ghana Insurance Association through its Complaints Management and Advice Bureau, CMAP. We'll take a breather. We'll have more for you. of the PK Amwabin Leadership Foundation. And she's here with William Esuman. He's a scholar, core 3 of the PK Amwabin Leadership Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you.
Nice to have you.
Thank you.
So let me start with you, Rachel, talking about the whole PK Amwabin Leadership. What really is it about?
So 3 years ago, our founder, Captain Prince Kofi Amwabin, saw the need to train young people in leadership.
Okay.
The reason is that he realized that we have all the policies, all the structures, all the strategies. But when leaders get into power, it's difficult for them to implement and help us move as a country and as a continent. So he started this initiative to transform the mindset of young people who in the near future will be in leadership positions. So 3 years ago, he started this initiative to transform the minds of young people and to create some kind of hope for Africa.
Right. But how important is this mindset shift for young people, especially looking at our dispensation?
We see that it's very critical. Everything starts from the mindset of the person you are dealing with, from time management to how they react to people, to how they view nations' resources, to what have you. It all boils down to the mindset of the person.
Right.
If the country will move forward when someone is in charge, it depends on what kind of mindset the person has. If the person has the mindset that I am here to enrich myself and to make myself better, then obviously we are not going to move forward. But with the right mindset, the person comes into position with the intention to make impact and to create impact for generations yet unborn. And that is the kind of mindset we want young people to cultivate. And we are hoping that through this initiative, with our 60 scholars already gone, and we in the process of recruiting our next 30,
Right.
we are hoping that in the next 5-10 years, we should be proud to say that through this initiative, we have thousands of people out there who have a changed mindset towards development.
It's quite interesting because last Saturday, I was at an event with PK Amwabin, and I had to introduce him on stage, and I talked about how he was a disciplinarian, raising the next level of young people as well. And I think yesterday I saw a video in which he was talking to some people in London. He mentioned about time. Talk about if you waste someone's time, you've wasted the person's life.
Yeah.
And that was very instructive for me. But you are a scholar. What does it mean to be a scholar, a PK Amwabin scholar, you, William?
I must say it's a privilege to be selected among the first 20 for Core 3. And even though before coming, I had ambition of becoming a better version of myself. But the Scholars Program challenged me and helped me to grow, helped me to learn, helped me to connect, and also become self-aware and more disciplined. But these, at first, I would take time for granted. But now, I come to appreciate the need for you to be always on time. And if you want to respect someone, you need to respect the time of that person. At least our journey started with military training, where you have to go for physical training like PT.
Yeah.
From there, then get 5 minutes to go undress, go to the bathroom, get dressed, wear your boots, and come back and go for marching for breakfast and things. So it tells you that initially I perceived I have much time. But going through that training, I realized that no, I have so many things I have to cut to make time for most important things. And at least going through for almost a year now, how I see the world has changed. I see things to be not a problem, but a solution-oriented person. Anything that people are complaining, I see how can I change it, but not also contributing to their complaint. And I also see I become a person of always learning, getting to know more. But the more you know, the more you can contribute meaningfully to discussion. And also become more disciplined in myself. I have a schedule for myself. There's no way that you would eat into my time and I'll just take it for granted. I have to make sure that I stick to the time. I still make time for most important things. So for me, the transformation has taken place already, because now I see life to be, it's a privilege for you to be alive, and my focus has been how can I contribute to the lives of other people, but not just benefiting from the program.
Well, when you look back to before you joined, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your satisfaction?
I rate at Yeah, but now at least I'm hitting 8.5.
Okay.
But the transformation has taken place already, and at least my mindset has shifted, and I focus much about the future, but not the current gratification.
Right.
How can I deny myself certain entertainment for the long-term benefits? How do I make sure that resources I have at my disposal, generation to come will come and benefit, but I'm not enjoying everything now.
Fantastic. So he says that clearly there's been that mindset shift when it, with his journey. What should those who also are watching us, especially young people watching us and desire to be a part of this program, what should they expect?
I would say nothing but the best. The best in everything. The drilling, yes, will come because you will need to unlearn a lot of things and relearn.
Just in 5 minutes.
Exactly. So military camp obviously is not going to be easy on you because you are going to be there for a whole week. So it's going to be very stressful with the runnings, you can't eat at your own comfort. You eat within time limits. The running, the marching, the teamwork, the staying in the jungle overnight. It's going to be a lot, but you know that will break you and put you in a position where we can actually reset your mind. Then after that, you have 3 camps, one at the founder's hometown where we train people to understand that Accra is just one part of Ghana. Sure. There are a lot of places out there that you have to look at when you are making decisions as a leader. We also send you to Kushia, where Nana Praj Sim is making waves with experiential leadership, having the cleanest city in Ghana and the biggest palace in West Africa, for you to also get to understand that you are not alone. Most young people usually say that, I'll take it like that because that's what everyone is doing. But we send you there to let you understand that he is a difference. He is making change, even if it's only in his community.
Right.
And we expect that that is how change should come. Then you also get the chance to go to your 3rd camp at Safari Valley.
Right.
Where we expose you to thinking and problem solving. We let you understand that there is a lot going on around you, but until you identify a particular problem in society and make up your mind to solve it, you are not going to change anything.
Absolutely.
You're just going to be there.
Right.
So nothing but the best.
Okay.
Aside the mentorships, the African tour that we are going to have, the courses with Talo Oil, Harvard, and the professional certifications you have, is going to be power-packed.
Right.
And as he said, you are going to be part of the best of the best. So young leaders who are from the best of fields, the lawyers, the engineers, coming together into one cohort.
I'm sure there are a lot of young people watching them like, how do I get to be a part of this? How do I enroll? She's saying so many amazing things. So how do people get to actually be a part of this? How do you recruit?
It's very easy. You just need to put in your application through our website, www.applypkalf.com. We are recruiting currently for the next cohort of scholars. So just put in your application.
So that's www.applypkalf.com. Okay, that's how they get to. They should get to the website and follow the various prompts.
Yes. Right. Application is a bit stringent, but also worth it.
Worth it. Very important. But William, before we go, for the young people out there who are desiring to be a part of this, why do you think this is actually the best community of scholars they can actually join?
You see, 50% of the world information can be found on the internet. The 50 can be found with interaction with like-minded individuals. So if you find yourself to be among the chosen one as scholars, trust me, you're going to get that rich 50% information. Because at your own disposal, you never had the privilege to get to that information. Looking at cohorts, we have doctors, have engineers, have lawyers, other people in this cohort. Coming together, you get exposed to their field, tap into your ideas, tap into expertise and experiences as well. So if you're out there, I would challenge you that don't look at the good side that Rachel talks about, but pick up a skill that is going to be a challenge. I'm looking how can I grow? How can I learn? How can I become a better person for society, for myself and the PK community? And trust me, few years to come, you come and testify that indeed through this training, I've been here. Because I have a mentor who is guiding me, and it takes so much resources for you to get a mentor these days.
Absolutely.
And this mentor is guiding me through all my journey. And it's going to be like a lifelong mentorship, which I'm getting it from being part of the PK Scholar. So
absolutely,
be ready to challenge yourself, be ready to grow, be ready to learn, and always ask yourself, whom am I becoming for the betterment of society, and not what I mean benefiting from the PK Scholar.
Mindset is everything. So a program that deals with mindset for me is something that the website again is very important, so that
www.applypkalf.com.
Fantastic. www.applypkalf.com. Just go on the website, get to know more about them, and also get to be. You are recruiting. Yeah?
Yes,
yeah.
We
so
are
this is the best time for you to go online.
Yes.
Well,
I also like
briefly
to mention that aside the scholars program that we run as a foundation, we also do senior high school tours.
Okay.
The reason is that our scholars program is for young professionals, but we realize that the mindset difficulty starts in the senior high schools,
right,
where you are out of parental control. There is a lot you are exposed to for the first time. So we go to the senior high schools to sensitize them on not just mindset, but even career guidance, especially for first generation students.
Right.
And also a whole lot of topics that we interact with them on. So if you are someone interested, we are planning our next set of tours for next year.
Okay.
Just give us a DM in our email or give us a call, and we'll definitely...
Please do that quickly for me. It's very, very important. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you so much, William, for coming from the PK Amoabim Foundation, talking to us about the next cohort. And please go on the website and register. We'll take a breather. We have more. But then, if you're celebrating your birthday today, happy birthday to you. Some wonderful people having special days today. And today, you people, you should have told me this earlier. Happy birthday to the former Member of Parliament for Anyaso, to Dr. Dixon Adomakukisi. We at EIB wish you a very beautiful year full of blessings, more money, good health, and all your heart desires. We appreciate you. He was here this morning. IB, you should have told me so that I would have wished him on air. Oh, happy birthday to you, dog. God bless you so, so much. Happy birthday to our dear mom, Mrs. Georgina Mponsensiama. We thank God for your life and for the love and the blessings you bring to our family. May God continue to bless you with good health, happiness, and many more beautiful years. With love from Pastor William Mponsensiama, Elvis Clinton, Adelaide, and the entire family. Happy birthday to Honorable Joseph Apia Boateng Jabwan, MP for Kwewa from Plains South constituency. Happy birthday to you, sir. As you return to Parliament, we pray for more grace to locate you. Happy birthday to our amazing mother, Rosemary Ifua Okra, midwifery officer at Koforidua Regional Hospital. We celebrate you with joy and gratitude. May God bless you with strength, good health, happiness, and many more beautiful years. And it's from your loving children, Nanekia Obrempoma Apia Jan and Ohima Miracle Asida Jan, and the entire midwifery staff of Eastern Regional Hospital Family Planning Unit. So more birthdays. This one to Dramna Nyako Frank, DJ Blackbone. This is from our pioneer of Kasapa FM, wishing you the very best of today. Happy birthday to my dear and beloved mummy, Prophetess Elizabeth Asari of Kings and Queens Chapel, Kaswa. May the Lord's blessings continually be upon you, Mama, and may you feel all the love and warmth on this special day. And it's from Adobianai, wishing you a happy birthday. And yes, this one, my brother from another mother, Pius Kodjo Baka. He is a broadcast journalist, a business journalist with the Multimedia Group. Happy birthday to you, Kodjo. God bless you so much. Continue to protect and guide you, and keep basking in the joy of the new age. May this new year make you change. Change small. Change and stop being stubborn. Happy birthday to you, Pius. Happy birthday, Steve. Hope this year brings you everything you want. Cheers to another trip around the sun. And this is from your wife, Mary, to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, Twitch. May you enjoy all the goodness that there is to life. Chill, but don't freeze. Enjoy your day, Queen. Happy birthday, Adipa. May life be kind to you. May your heart always find peace. And may the dreams you quietly carry become your reality. Keep shining. You're destined for beautiful things. And this is from Delali to you. Beautiful Adipa. Have a wonderful, stupendous day. Well, so that's it for the birthdays. If it's your birthday today, happy birthday to you. God bless you so much and do have a wonderful day. Now, our next conversation is quite emotional because it has to do with a 5-year-old girl, the daughter of a young couple. Quite some challenges there. They needed a lot of money to be able to deal with a condition that this young girl had. And thankfully, God came through for the family, and they're here this morning. And good morning. I hope you're doing very well.
Very well.
Yeah. So, I mean, talk to me about. Let me start with you're the mother. How has the situation been really? How was it? How did it all start? Okay. And mommy, kaka.
The patrol started.
Ude kasa gu mic no
May say 3 months ago. Na ni 90 years sign. Na na lose balance. Nti no we dey na call hospital. Ekoye no almost say enya hwe. But ekoye nim kaka no na ye serious. Na rushing it to Kuwait government hospital.
Right.
Ekoye na almost say.
Ude kasa gu microphone no mama.
Ekoye na almost say omo rush ba kwalebu. Nti e ba ye no almost omo hwe no. Na almost say brain tumor.
Right.
Yeah. Before that, no, not a complaint. Say ni.
Oh, okay. Let me ask the father. It looks like if I let the mother talk, the next thing you know is that she'll start crying. I don't want that on the set this morning. But as father of Joycelyn, at what point did you realize that you need to ask for help because really it had become burdensome?
Yes, true, Joshua. After we supposed to do 2 different surgery based on her situation. So
yes.
We did the first one, and afterwards it was so hard for us to proceed to the next one. So I contact my own EIB network, and they helped me out. And I'm very grateful for everything. Very, very grateful.
So, how did it go for Joycelyn during the process? Because when you contacted EIB, you also put it out there,
yes.
And then help came. Today, look at her. When you look at her, how do you feel? Really?
I feel very amazing and very, very, very grateful every day. Very well.
Right. So there's another surgery that Joycelyn has to do?
Yes, please.
And that's
the last one. They'll work on the tumor and get it out from the head.
Oh, okay. Yes. And that's what you needed 80,000 Ghana cedis for.
Yes,
today, you have 80,000 cedis.
By God's grace.
By God's grace. And I'm sure as parents, you will be really excited about this. So when is she due for surgery?
Okay. We have an appointment for CT tomorrow on her head. So we will contact the doctor on Wednesday.
Right.
Then we know the date to proceed for her surgery.
Well, the good news is that it was one anonymous donor who said, listen, I want to cover the entire cost of 80,000 cedis for Joycelyn surgery. But you're here with family as well.
Yes.
Is that your dad?
No, my in-law.
Yo, in-law. Also, nice one. Nice one. We are Nyamiadom yetumi raise sika for Joycelyn procedure in December now or person oka.
Me work as a aso nire ye more fancy
Right.
the Quran ye menama didi kano ye de nyankopon ase a process na starting in our own frame catcher me with them were crying. And I was in a fix as to where I was going to raise 80,000.
That's a lot of money.
After that, now there will be even other extra expenses. Yes. But the important thing was the 80,000 for the tumor surgery.
Yes.
So I was in a fix. And what even giving me a headache was that you take your daughter 5 years to a hospital, and the doctor tells you there's a tumor. If you are not able to have the surgery, the course of period of time, you lose the daughter. So you see your daughter walking around, you give her food, and then you sit down knowing that maybe 1 year time, 2 years time, my daughter will die. My brother, that was a headache to me. Absolutely. As an in-law, as my niece. So we met, and I asked my in-law the way for it. And he said he was going to contact his former company.
Yeah.
And God being so good, somebody somewhere has come in, see the need to save this girl.
Yeah.
My prayer is that that person, God bless that person.
Amen.
And his offspring. Radin fan anamo sisi.
Amen.
Omani inshira broso. Management ni. Onene iri enema. Not he alone. Any person who contributed even 20 CDs, 1 CD, is money that is going to save this girl's life.
Absolutely.
We ask for God blessing for all of them. And more importantly, and lastly, the station that gave that audience to her for this surgery to be realized.
Absolutely.
God bless you.
God bless you. Thank you so much. Ma, also, and then I'll walk briefly. But I'm on the microphone, Mama. Why?
Nyame ayama ye de bro ya dwen ene yente ase so na de meka ne se maybe ko nipa ko yis kan free ye a wo de same na na yale no ye ho a on hye na na mu on hye ne ma baby bi ode ne nsa be so mu biara ye ho amfa nkwati no on hye ko ma na se enore bibi obeye bia enye yi ma amen ya ensi na na no so enye yi ma ye de de koye no ensane yare e wo honhom ne mpie honhom ne da mo ase pa nyame nhyira mo nyina ne mo adwuma pa mo ye na mo adwuma ne nkoso amen.
Amen. Well, it's very beautiful to have this on a Monday, because indeed we are starting the week, and to see that due to an anonymous donor, beautiful little Joycelyn would have her surgery done, and we're praying for success so that she would live a very meaningful life. You realize that, who knows, she could become the next president of Ghana, and it is because of this intervention. TV certainly gets results. So to our anonymous donor, God bless you so much. God bless you. And you have done well by not keeping this to yourselves, because sometimes if you are in a challenge and you don't speak out, you don't know where the help will come from. Joycelyn, you'll be fine, okay? Good girl. What do you want to be in future? Yeah. What do you want to become?
I want to be in future.
Or you become me. You want to come and take the job from me. Don't worry, come and take the job. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And we are praying God's blessings to follow. And we believe that this is the beginning of greater things to happen to the family as well. Well, so thank you so much for also responding to this call. Anytime we come to you with any need as Ghanaians, you always show up for us. So thank you. God bless you. We appreciate you so much. Little Joycelyn will get her surgery done successfully, and she'll come back here and we'll have great conversations as well. But that's how we wrap up the show for this morning. It's been an exciting run. My name is Joshua Kodjo Mensah. Do have a lovely day.